Okay, status update time. So I thought I would do another 3D video or 360 video or whatever you want to call that. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I figured, hey, this is as good a time as any, and I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of walk around the shop and talk about all of the things that I'm doing, what I need to do, where we are in general, and update. So feel free to spin around. I'm just going to walk and talk, and you guys can look at stuff. I'll try to indicate things, but you may be looking in another direction, so I'll try to be descriptive. All right, so where are we in general? As I posted the other day, this is, I'm well into my 5th year of this thing, and I want to go back to each piece and talk about them in order, starting with the tail, the empennage. So I'm fairly happy with how the tail came out. So this is something that I did several years ago. I've got some things I want to fix. Like if you look down here, I've got some tape on here, and I've got this lined up. It's really dusty. I've got this lined up so that it won't move up and down because I want to make an adjustment. So when I make sure this is perfectly flat, if I walk around to the other side, you'll see that there's ever so slightly a lip here. Well, that's not right. I need to fix that. And that's just a matter of I forget what they're called, but the two pieces up in here are not quite drilled correctly, so I need to drill those correctly. That's the only thing that I really need to do on the empennage that I just got wrong. Everything else is very nice. Every once in a while you'll see I'll have a little sticker by a rivet that says, hey, this rivet's not quite flush or not quite right, need to fix that. But other than that, things are mostly okay. I talked about at one time taking my trailing edge and flipping every other rivet, but I'm not going to do that. That's just a lot of extra work that doesn't need to be done. And nowhere, I didn't really see in the plans where it said that I needed to do that. Otherwise, in the empennage, the seat belt, I don't know what you call those, the two things on either side here sticking out, those are not firmly affixed yet. I need to get in there and do those. I figure once I get in there and do those ports that are back there, I will do that. I just have not yet, so that's coming. The other thing that I'm a little concerned about, something I learned when I was doing the wiring diagram specifically for my wingtips, is that I did not consider the amperages and whatnot involved with the wiring, and so this wiring, this 6 or 8 strand wire that I have, that I've had for years, I've used it for all sorts of stuff, may not be up to snuff. So I may have to go through and take the wiring out of back there and just trash it and install some new wiring. So that's something else I probably need to consider doing that I just haven't done yet. So with the wings, I have not closed my wings, primarily because I need my servo for the autopilot here, and I need to make sure that I have the shark bite and everything in here correct, this cut to the correct length, and again, the same thing with the wire. I've intentionally left my wings open for the whole wiring thing. I need to order that wire. I have not yet because I want to make sure I get it all right. On this side, so this wing's going to have a lot more going on with the static, pitot tubes and all that other stuff, the heated pitot tube, which is here. Again, I've not done anything with it because of the wiring. I mean, I've got everything other than the wires themselves. So I need to go ahead and order that wire and just get it in. And unfortunately, a lot of the wire I've already run, I'm going to just chuck it. So that's where I'm at on this. So again, it's just a matter of finishing that, getting these ends put on, and then closing it up. It's all ready to be closed. I just haven't done the work yet. In theory, I should have done all that before I started on the fuselage. I just didn't. These guys are my zip tips, so I talked about these previously, and you can see down in the bottom of the box there, I have the wiring diagram for it, which I'll let you look at if you want to. The wiring diagram, it's not overly complicated. I just don't know a lot about wiring, so it's something I'm having to learn as I go, and assembling metal is much easier than that for me. So for now, I'm just assembling metal. I figure once I get to a point where I actually need to do that, I'll start doing it. With regards to the fuselage, this is coming along nicely. I know a lot of people were telling me that the fuselage is the part that is the hardest because of just all the different separate and radically different things that I need to do in order to make it, and honestly, that's what I've enjoyed, so that's been fine. The one thing I would say is, you'll note, I've used a lot of Clecos. In fact, I've used all of my Clecos of that particular size. If you come over here, you can see my bucket is empty and full of trash, kind of, ew, there's a bug in there. So I have 325 of those is what I think I ordered. I think they originally said you need about 250. I ordered some extras, and I think I've killed 2 or 3 of them just for one reason or another. The spring sprung, or something. Some of them got destroyed. So I'm probably around 320 or so. I've used them all. They're all used. So, do I think you need more than 325? No. 350 is probably the most you need, unless you're going to put in every hole. Now, you'll notice I don't put it in every single hole. In fact, if you come over here, you can see I do about every other hole. And I didn't do any right here because you really didn't need to. But I generally do about every other hole, and I think that's fine. You can kind of walk a series of them down as you do your drilling and move them until they're every other hole. Some people are going to be mad about that and say, no, you need every hole. I don't agree. I could be wrong. We'll see. But 350, I think, is probably a very reasonable number of Clecos. But just know that you will eventually use them all, and you may or may not have to order more. I'm at the point now where I'm going to pull all these skins off. Of this, what's been the pain in the ass so far? Really, these metal brackets. So on the other side of here, up in here are solid steel brackets. In fact, I'll stick you over here so you can see some. Oh, here, let me. Right here, if you look at that white bracket, that metal is a pain in the ass. It's very springy, so like as you're drilling down right here, that wants to move out of the way. So you kind of have to clamp it in place and then get some good drills and then put a whole bunch of Clecos in while you're working with that stuff. And I still have not done the underside because I can't have the skin on while I'm doing it. But that, I think, is the big pain. Is some of that has just been kind of crap. Dealing with metal, I went through like 6 number 40 drill bits, number 30 drill bits rather, on that. Just the steel just chews them up. And I'm one that if a drill bit gets super dull, I throw it away because a drill bit's a couple bucks. I know a lot of people are very pro getting a drill bit sharpener. I just don't have one, and I don't know that it's worth it. Some of you will poo-poo that and say, yes, get it. I don't. If that's your opinion, comment down below. I'll let other people decide. I personally chose not to get a drill bit sharpener. Other than that, I'm trying to think what else has been a pain on this. Really nothing. I mean, it's big and bulky at this point, and here in a page or two, I'm going to be merging the front and the back. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be tough, but that's coming. And so, yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure. I've had to take it slow. You know, some of you have said it's not a race, and you're absolutely right. I've had to take it a little bit slow because of the whole COVID-19 and the virus and all that crap. You know, as a police officer, I don't get to take days off. I jokingly told my captain I want to work from home, and he just laughed. No. So I have to go into work every day, and, 12-hour shifts, and sometimes you have to go deal with things. And then they're sending me to training and all sorts of other stuff. So my time has been a little scattered lately. But yeah, I think we're at a good spot. I wish I had more time to work on it. I just don't. And I'm not unhappy. So that's kind of a catch up. That's like a real quick, less than 10-minute catch up of where we are on everything. If you guys have anything you want to see specifically using this 360, for me to stick my camera down a hole or something like that so you can look around, just let me know and I will. Other than that, though, I think we're good to go, and I am going to get back to work. So, thanks, guys. See you around.